It's India Monet, also known as Melanin Mogul, and I am your mental health and wellness expert.
So, my name is India Monet, better known as Meals by Monet, Chef Mo. And I wanted to talk about my journey and why I had to take a step back from the kitchen. First of all, in 2020, my father passed and I was grieving and I just didn't feel like cooking. As I recovered from my grief, I wanted to start cooking again, and then I had COVID. I had COVID twice. In a year and a half period, I had COVID twice. It affected my sense of smell and taste to the point that I didn't feel confident in cooking anymore. Once I start moving past COVID, I start realizing my hands are going numb, they're tingling, they're sore. I have carpal tunnel. So I'm not cooking, I'm not in the kitchen because God does not want me in the kitchen. God wants me on the microphone. And no matter how much I try to go back into cooking, he keeps pushing me in a different direction. He literally does not want me cooking to the extent he's messing with my wrist. He's taking my ability to smell and taste the food. He's taking my ability to cut up the food and prepare it, to carry the pans of food. The last time I cooked and I did an event, I got this big nasty burn on my arm. God is asking me to stop trying to pursue what people love about me and stop trying to pursue what I am known to be good at and do what he's telling me to do. He told me to open my throat chakra. He told me to tell you to have faith in him. He told me to go get you and bring you to him. He told me to tell you in your darkest hour, he is here with you. You know me, you recognize me. You ain't never seen him, but I talked to him. So he came to tell me what he wanted me to tell you was to believe in him. God wanted me to tell you that no matter what it looks like, he's still working. God wanted me to tell you that no matter how much it hurts, one day the pain will stop. One day it will go on to the next thing. You will not always stay stuck. You will not always stay stagnant. I have been in the culinary industry for 20 years. I love being a chef. I love doing events. God physically removed my ability to smell and taste. I couldn't smell or taste. And the first thing I did is I cried and I begged God, please don't take that from me. I need that. That's my gift. I'm a chef. My sense of smell and taste is the reason why I am good at what I do. And then as it went on further, I started having all this stuff wrong with my body. I had some other medical stuff I'm not ready to go into yet. Start having these medical problems where I have to keep leaving my workspace. I had to keep leaving my workspace to the point where I have to take care of myself medically. I can't be at work for an 8-hour, 10-hour, 12-hour shift because I had stuff going on. I had to go to physical therapy. I've been in physical therapy. And as I'm finishing physical therapy, I can smell and taste probably like the average person. What I'm telling you is prior to me having COVID, I had a very keen sense of smell and taste, above average. That's why I exceeded at being a chef. Now, I don't have those strong senses. I probably smell and taste like the average person, not to mention I have something going on with my septum and with my sinuses. So I do not smell or taste at 100% at all anymore. God keeps shifting me away from what I thought my purpose was. And when I found out my real purpose is to uplift and encourage people, my real purpose is to allow you to step into my world. I can tell you my testimony. The things that I've experienced, they may uplift and encourage you. The things that I've overcome, my story may give you the energy, the motivation, the inspiration to push through what you have going on. What I noticed is when you're walking, when you go to a person's home, they have motion lights and you're going up their stairwell or their walkway, the lights don't come on unless you move. So in life, when you are in darkness, you got to think of that as God's house with those motion detector lights. If you don't move forward, there will be no light. If you stand still, you're going to stay in darkness. So I had to figure out, what was God trying to teach me or tell me? Yes, I am a good cook. I have had a business for 6 years, being a caterer, being a chef, doing events, and I've been great at it. That's not what I'm supposed to be doing. All the people that I met while I was doing that, it put me in a position to network, to climb higher but that's not my purpose. My purpose is not to be in a kitchen serving people food. My purpose is to be at the table. I'm supposed to be on the stage. See, I started off in banquet. I was a server. I was a banquet server. And then I worked my way up to a sous chef, working in the prep kitchen, becoming an actual chef, going to culinary, completing my culinary things, and becoming an actual chef. But at all these events, I thought my purpose was to be the chef. I'm the person that's cooking the food. I'm the person that, as the banquet server or the person for the banquet, I'm the person that's ushering people in the door, smiling at people, coming, would you like more coffee? That's not what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be on stage. I'm the person that they're supposed to be coming to see. My name is supposed to be on the ticket. I'm not supposed to be the server. I'm not supposed to be the waitress. I'm not supposed to be the door person. I'm not supposed to be the chef. I am the speaker. I'm India Monet and I speak. I'm not in the kitchen anymore. I'm on the stage now. And the reason why is because God keeps putting me in the position. Look at my wrist. I have carpal tunnel now. I'm not going to go into a kitchen and cut up vegetables and cut up food. That's not what he wants me to do. He wants me to speak to people who look like me, who came from where I come from, who can identify with me. Because if you've never seen God and you don't know who God is, how are you going to trust a stranger? Some people don't trust God because they don't know who he is. They've never seen God. Me, you've seen me. You know Melanin Mogul. You know India Monet. People know me. People trust me. People will listen to me. So what it comes down to is if you at your lowest low, and you do not feel comfortable or confident to call on God, God sends people made in his image. I was made in his image. God sent me to talk to you about whatever it is you have going on, about whatever it is. My job is to listen, to uplift, and encourage. My job is to find conflict resolution. I am a social worker for God. That's what I do. I'm not supposed to be in the kitchen anymore. And I'm sitting here. I was trying to do something and my wrist immediately began to ache. And I'm telling you now, I'm not supposed to be in the kitchen anymore. My body is telling me, you're not supposed to be in the kitchen anymore. God has put me in a position. He doesn't even want me cooking. He said, get on the microphone. He said, get on the microphone. India Monet, you have been given a voice. People listen to you. You're eloquent, you're well-spoken, you're professional, you're proper. Everybody listens to you. You're articulate. You have a way with words. You are persuasive. I am. I'm all those things. And now I'm in a position where I'm coming as my true self. My former name was Melanin Mogul. I am still the Melanin Mogul. I will always be Melanin Mogul, but I can't come to you with a stage name. I can't come to you with a persona. I have to come to you as the name that my parents gave me, the name God told them to give me, which was India Monet. India means body of water. And see, water is for nourishment. Water gives life. Water will cleanse you. Water will help you grow. That's me. That's my name. Body of water. I do all that. My name is India Monet. Monet means to be heard. Can you hear me talking to you? Have you prayed today? A lot of people are out here in relationships because they want love and they're looking for love and they want someone to love them. How much do you love you? How much do you love you that you're willing to tolerate what someone is doing to you in the name of love because you love them or you think they love you? But had you truly loved yourself, you wouldn't be going through all that. You wouldn't be tolerating that. Another problem I'm having, I see all these people saying, I'm a good-hearted person. I get put through the most. You're a pick-me. You might have good qualities, but you don't have no confidence. You don't have any boundaries. You're a pick-me. And then you sit up and you become whatever this person wants you to be without getting nothing in return. And when they're done with you and they dispose of you, or when they've disrespected you to the point where now you're begging them, I'm a good woman, I'm a good man, treat me right, I deserve this, I'm that. You are just now learning you're that. You didn't believe you were that when you were in that relationship, because if you did, it would have went differently. If you believed, you demanded, and you required respect, you wouldn't have got that far with that person disrespecting you. You wouldn't be begging them to value you. There has been a pattern of people going through relationships, becoming a victim, choosing to be a victim. They don't love themselves enough to walk away from a person that's not loving them. So they stay with that person and then they publicly shame the person. Oh, this person treats me so bad and I'm so good to them. Be good to yourself. Be good enough to yourself that you walk away from that person. Love yourself more. There's a decline in self-love and self-respect. And my job is to come in and teach you all how to love yourself more, how to respect yourself more, how to clean your house, how to properly raise your children. Do you read books to your kids? I saw a whole video, like a montage or whatever, list of TV shows. These are all the educational shows on YouTube, and people sharing them. I tell my kids, stop watching movies all day and watch educational shows. Girl, you sound dumb. Go read a book to your kids. Go sit down with the workbooks. They got them at the dollar store. The school even gives them out. Baby, let me tell you something. The public library will let you print out worksheets for free. Teach your children. Stop sitting up saying they're watching educational stuff. Be the educator. Love yourself. Treat your children right. And if you're in a relationship, treat your partner right. Be appreciative. Stop telling people what you expect to them. Appreciate what they're doing. Appreciate the fact that this person goes to work every week or every day, and they come home and they pay bills and they help and they do this and they do that. A lot of times people are not appreciating what they have. They're not appreciating what is in front of them. They're not appreciating the effort people are putting into giving them what they need. And so what's happening is you're complaining. You're not appreciative. You're expecting. And because you have expectations up here, but your work ethic and the amount of work that you put toward your goals and expectation, you're not even doing anything to put anything towards you. So you have expectations up here and a work ethic down here. And then you have a partner who you're barking at all day because you want them to uplift you, but you're not doing nothing to uplift yourself. We are in charge of our happiness, our success, our love, our well-being. We are in charge of that. Our partner is not the person who is supposed to provide those things for us. And as a child, our parents are supposed to provide those things. And if our parents fail to provide those things, we need to heal from it before we go out here trying to get with people. That's another thing. All people do all day is sit on the internet and lie. Nobody is supposed to be with you while you go through your worst time. No one can teach you how to love yourself. People sit and say, well, I was with Bob and Bob taught me how to love myself. Then he started abusing you. Well, I stayed with him because he taught me how to love myself. He didn't teach you how to love yourself. He manipulated you. Stop going to these people telling them you've been abused, you've been this, you've been that. Let me explain something to you. They will not treat you but a little bit better than the last person. Do you really believe someone's going to have all this empathy and sympathy for you? Oh my goodness, she's been through so much. I'm going to treat her better. No, heal. If you were healed, you wouldn't even be telling somebody all the stuff you went through. You're healed from it. You wouldn't even be thinking about it. You'd be focused on building something new with this person. A lot of people go into relationships, dating situations, meeting people, venting to these people, telling these people everything you've ever been through. And guess what? They're going to put you through worse. And even if they're not a mean-spirited person, even if they don't put you through worse, sometimes down the line, you've been with that boy 4 years and you told him you had a cut buddy with no title. And now he's sitting here trying to figure out, well, why I got to be your boyfriend if the last dude didn't have to claim you either. He may not look at it as, oh my goodness, let me show you you're my queen, you're my woman. Some people will show you the opposite of your tragedy. Some people will show you the opposite of your tragedy. But it's up to you to heal. It's not their business, because anything you say can and will be used against you. I'm going to give you a perfect example. There was a woman who was physically abused by her partner. She got in a new relationship. She got with this new person. This new person was verbally abusive, yelling at her, mean to her, belittling her. She told this person, I don't like the way you talk to me. You know what they told her? Well, at least I'm not putting my hands on you. At least I'm not putting my hands on you. At least I don't treat you like the last one did. Now, like I said, there will be some knights in shining armor. It can go both ways. It could be a man in a relationship. He done vented to a woman and told a woman everything he's been through. And she go around and do the same thing. You know why? Because you're teaching people what you're willing to tolerate. You're not telling them what you've been through. What you're telling, because you're still going through it because you're still talking about it. You're telling these people, this is what I'm willing to tolerate. I let my ex do this to me for 3 or 4 years. And the only reason why a lot of these people are not still in those relationships is because that person left them for somebody else. That person rejected them to the point where they went and got a new person. They couldn't reject them any further. I need you to love yourself more. My purpose is not to cook. I'm a chef, but I'm not supposed to be cooking. God doesn't want me in the kitchen. Let me tell you what, the way my wrist was just pounding today, God does not want me in the kitchen. He doesn't want me cooking for a living. I sincerely believe I'm a life coach. I'm a motivational speaker. I uplift and encourage. I teach fitness. I'm an all-around educator. I've taught kindergarten. I am an educator. I am a speaker. I'm an encourager. I don't belong in the kitchen. I am a chef. I don't belong in the kitchen. So I just wanted to explain that because I've been having a lot of questions about, well, don't you cook? Well, you're not doing that anymore. I see you in these other spaces. Yes, I'm currently working as a brand ambassador. I'm a spokesperson for multiple brands. People hire me to go to events and represent their brand. Sometimes I recruit people. Sometimes I'm a product expert. It just depends. That's what I do currently. And I also still educate people. I'm a mentor. I mentor people. I run a nonprofit and I educate people. That's what I do. That's who I am. I'm India Monet Speaks, and I am a life coach. My purpose is to uplift and encourage. My purpose is to teach personal development. I would like to see Black people confident and following their path. What is your purpose in life? Why did God put you here? Listen to God, pray to God. I'm going to start fasting soon because I like to be closer in the ministry and I like to fast. I've never fasted for those purposes. So I'm going to start on my fasting journey and I'm going to document that. I just want to introduce myself. I'm India Monet, also known as Chef Mo, also known as the Melanin Mogul. I'm going to always be the Melanin Mogul. But I wanted to give some people an explanation as to why things transition from one place and also to give you somewhat of an introduction because I've never really introduced myself. So I am going to make an introduction video and put it up sometime this week. But I just wanted people to know I was a chef. I was in the culinary industry and I've been in the culinary industry for over 20 years, been in the entertainment industry for 25 years. I am transitioning into motivational speaking. I have always been a social worker. I have always worked in nonprofit sectors. I've always been about community and education, but I'm taking it on a larger platform. I'm going to be on YouTube, and my YouTube channel will consist of vlogs, advice, personal experience, and testimony. I'm going to start my testimonial story times because I've experienced a lot. So I'm going to tell you stories. Some of them will be cautionary tales. Some of them will be don't do what I did. But every time I tell you something, I promise I'm going to give you a resolution and I'm going to give you encouragement. If you'd like to get in touch with me, you can email me. You can find me on all my social media platforms. And I think that's it. Because this video wasn't planned. I just decided, let me record something because it was on my heart. And honestly, I'm in a lot of pain right now. My wrist is really hurting. And it's so uncomfortable because I just put my hands on my hip or did something that I normally do. And I realize it's painful. I am retiring as a chef. I know that I've said this before, and I know some of my followers don't even realize what I was doing prior to YouTube. So if the video is confusing, hey, it won't be confusing as more videos come out. Thank you for taking the time to listen today. I'm here to make an impact on your life. I'm here to uplift and encourage you. If you need mentorship, get in my comments, find me on my social media platforms, and I'll assist you.
Thanks for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe.